The city skyline gleams, all glass and steel, a monument to a future we thought we understood. But some futures are loops, endless repetitions of a single terrible moment. Imagine being trapped in one. Not for days, not for hours, but for 30 seconds. The same 30 seconds, over and over again, always ending in your death. This is the story of a man caught in such a loop, a story we're breaking down today. It is a tale that takes the familiar concept of a time loop and twists it into a psychological nightmare. We're not just talking about repeating a day. We're talking about reliving the final moments of your life with no escape in sight. Our protagonist is a man named DIAVOLO. He's sharp, impeccably dressed, and defined by a deep-seated paranoia. He stands in a hyper-modern office lobby, a space so clean and sterile it feels almost unreal. Every surface reflects, every line is sharp. It's the kind of place where you'd expect deals to be made, not lives to be shattered. But shattered they are. Every 30 seconds, a massive chandelier breaks free from the ceiling. Every 30 seconds, he dies. Then the loop resets. A coffee cup, frozen in mid-air, suddenly rewinds to its spot on the reception desk. The ambient chatter of the lobby restarts. And DIAVOLO is back, alive, with the ghost of his last death fresh in his mind. He is the only one who knows. This isn't a story about finding a way out. It's about the descent into madness that comes from knowing exactly how you'll die, second by second. DIAVOLO's paranoia, once a character trait, becomes his only tool for survival. He is a master of planning, of calculating every possible variable. In the span of 30 seconds, a lifetime of frantic thought occurs. He tries everything. The first few loops are pure panic. He runs, he screams, he tries to warn people who can't hear him, frozen in their own unlooping reality. But after dozens, maybe hundreds of deaths, panic gives way to a cold, desperate logic. The video uses rapid cuts to show the start of each new loop, hammering home the relentless repetition. We see DIAVOLO try to sprint for the exit, only to be crushed just shy of the revolving doors. He tries to hide under a sturdy marble desk, but a massive shard of glass ricochets and finds him. He calculates the trajectory of the falling chandelier, attempting a complex gymnastic maneuver to dive through a gap in the debris. We see this attempt in slow motion, his body a blur of controlled motion, only for a secondary piece of falling metal to end the loop. Each failure is marked by the same sound, the deafening shatter of glass. It becomes the soundtrack to his eternal damnation. The visual style is crucial here. It's a sleek, sci-fi thriller aesthetic. The clean lines and reflective surfaces of the lobby serve a dual purpose. They create a sense of cold, corporate indifference to his suffering, and they constantly throw his own frantic reflection back at him. As the loops multiply, digital glitches begin to appear. The edges of the frame flicker. His own reflection momentarily distorts, hinting that it's not just time that's breaking, but reality itself. We see a montage of his attempts, a rapid-fire sequence of failures, each one more complex and desperate than the last. He tries to use a fire extinguisher to propel himself out of the way. He tries to climb a decorative sculpture. He even tries to tackle an unsuspecting bystander, hoping to alter the chain of events. But the end is always the same, inevitable. The sheer psychological toll is immense. Imagine the horror. You are a ghost in your own final moments. You see the same people, hear the same snippets of conversation, watch the same coffee cup fall. Everyone else is oblivious, living their last 30 seconds of peace before the tragedy. But for DIAVOLO, it is an eternity of trauma. His impeccably dressed exterior begins to fray, not physically, but in his expression. The paranoia that once defined him is now a raging inferno of terror and exhaustion. He isn't just trying to survive. He's trying to hold on to his own sanity in a world designed to break it. This brings us to the climax, the final loop we witness. After countless attempts, Diavolo has calculated the perfect path. He has mapped every piece of falling debris, every bounce, every ricochet. The loop begins. The coffee cup starts its fall. He doesn't run. He moves. It's a dance of survival, a fluid series of ducks, weaves, and slides. It's breathtaking. He moves through the chaos like he's part of it, a man who has died so many times he knows death intimately. For a glorious second, it looks like he's made it. The chandelier crashes behind him. A glass rains down, but he is clear. He is standing, breathing, in the one spot in the entire lobby that is safe. He survived. But then he looks up. He catches his own gaze in a large, reflective panel on the wall opposite him. He sees his own face, gasping, triumphant. And just as a smile begins to form on his lips, a spiderweb of cracks appears across his reflection. The image of him shatters into 1,000 pieces. And at that exact moment, the sound of the shattering glass echoes, and the world begins to rewind. The coffee cup flies back onto the desk. He is back at the start. He collapses to his knees, not from physical injury, but from a soul-crushing realization. The loop was never about killing him. He was already dead. The purpose of this eternal repetition was never to offer a chance at physical survival. It was to shatter his identity, to force him to relive his final moments until his sense of self, his sanity, his very soul was ground into dust. The prison wasn't the lobby. It was his own consciousness. He is doomed not to die, but to exist forever in the echo of his own end. What a chilling concept, right? It takes the physical horror of a time loop and turns it into a deep psychological torment. It's a story that suggests some fates are worse than death. The final shot, his reflection shattering while his physical body is unharmed, is a masterstroke of visual storytelling. It tells us that the real damage isn't to the body, but to the mind. Let me know in the comments what you think about this dark twist on the time loop genre. Is the destruction of identity a more terrifying fate than death itself? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating stories. See you next time.